Well, here we are outside Downton Abbey, or as it is in real life, Highclere Castle, an extraordinary building by Sir Charles Barry, who built the House of Parliament with Pugin for the 3rd Earl. So let's go in. This is the Great Hall. Barry, as you can see, absolutely covered it in the kind of 19th century Gothic armorial fantasy. And in this house, the hall serves as a kind of saloon. The drawing room, in fact, is quite modest for a house of this size. And this is more, it would have kind of doubled up as ballroom and the great reception rooms. And it's designed to do that. So the staircase, as you can see, is sort of tucked back quite discreetly. And the space is here for great entertaining. And so scenes like when the rather insecure Matthew Crawley and his mother arrive, and the whole of the staff is lined up, and they have to walk into this kind of cathedral and realize what they've got into, really. I mean, this is the first visual moment of them appreciating the game that they've been caught up in. This is the drawing room, and very feminine and light and airy, as opposed to the Great Hall, which is very kind of sonorous, and the library, which is tremendously intellectual, and both very masculine. This is the feminine room. It would be seen as the main woman of the house's kind of domain, and she would sit in here and she would entertain people in here in the afternoon and have tea and then meet in here before dinner. I mean, the women had a sort of social power. Their position is very complicated. They didn't vote, they had no technical rights, and yet in many ways they ran society, and it is from rooms such as this, that the power of society was exercised. And these women could keep people out. They were tough. So one shouldn't be too taken in by the delicate, charming traceries and gilding and all that. They also ran a pretty tight ship. This is the library. In this house, the library was very much the heart of it. It's much the largest of the kind of sitting rooms. And we use this room very much as the family's kind of informal room, the room Lord Grantham's in most of the time. He works at the desk, and they kind of, I don't know about lounge about, but they live in it. They live in it normally. The library became the informal sitting room of the house party, as opposed to the drawing room when you would be all dressed up for dinner and you would go in there. So it was like a different scene in the same play. I think it's a fab room, actually. I really love this room. I think it's very warm, the feeling of it. It's magnificent, but it's sort of cozy magnificent. And I can't imagine a nicer library, actually. This is the green baize door. This is the door that separates the workings of the house from the life being lived in it by the family. If you take a look, you can see this is where the servants' domain starts. We've got the lino and the stone, very pretty actually, stone staircase, but that is the service stair that runs so close to but so far from the main staircase. And here you have the descent down into the kitchen quarters, which we then build in Ealing from that door. So this sort of glass screen here is in Ealing as well, and then you come up here to the staircase that takes you down to the kitchen, and that's where our set begins.